Hey, Holy Cross, wanted to share some great news with you. Our 2019 Christmas Miracle Offering recipient will be the Chemin La Vie Mio project of the Haitian Timoun Foundation. This is an 18-month program that literally is life-changing for the poorest of the poor in Haiti, specifically working with single mothers and their dependent children. In the video that I'm about to share with you that follows, you'll get an in-depth look at the power and promise of this 18-month program that literally is a transition from death to life. What's so exciting to share with you, in addition to naming the CLM project as our recipient this Christmas, is that we are going to do something we've never done before. We are going to set a goal of $10,000 to raise, which will allow 6 women and their dependent children to enter into this program perhaps as early as summer of 2020 to begin this journey that helps transition and usher them out of a life of extreme poverty to put them on a path of dignity and self-sustainability. Instead of waiting just till Christmas Eve to invite you to begin to make a financial donation towards this wonderful designee, we are going to kick this Christmas Miracle Offering off on the first Sunday of Advent, which is December the 1st this year. I want to ask you to prayerfully consider a financial donation to this amazing project. Kim Vey, Dan Johnson, and I had a chance to go earlier this year to see a graduation and to see a cohort of 250 women at the end of this journey, or rather really just the beginning of their journey, to see them graduate. And it was nothing short of inspiring. I've never seen anything like that, and more than 1,000 people from the community showed up and tried to pack into this tiny little sanctuary to support these women who really have done the impossible. And so I hope that you will be a part of this project. I hope that you will find a way in your heart this Christmas season where we are reminded of a God who meets us right where we are and empowers us to step up and step out, that you would find space in your heart and in this Christmas season, which can be so crazy and so busy and so expensive and sometimes all the wrong things, to really reach out and to help us reach this goal of $10,000. I think that you'll be blessed with the gift, and I just want to invite you to let yourself be inspired this Christmas and to literally help someone move from death to life. And so you're going to find all about the CLM project here, so take a look.
This program is about restoring dignity, human dignity. If somebody feels good about themselves, they know that they can make it. You light a fire.
To see that transformation in only 18 months is phenomenal. We have seen it happen. We have seen them get out of poverty, and we know it's possible.
Haiti, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 3/4 of the Haitian people live in poverty, 4 out of 8 million in extreme poverty, most of them in the rural areas. Fonds has been working across Haiti for over a decade, but a few years ago they found that traditional microfinance wasn't getting to people living in extreme poverty.
I had just assumed that we were reaching the poorest people, but I discovered when we finally had the opportunity to do the research that in fact we were not.
Eradicating extreme poverty needed a new approach. So Fonds created Chemin La Vie Mio, a program that deliberately selects the poorest, most vulnerable and isolated women. The Creole name for the program means Pathway to a Better Life, and it's the first step in their journey out of extreme poverty.
You gotta be careful going down here.
We crossed the river at Boucon Carré with Gauthier and S. S grew up here in the Central Plateau, and he's now a case manager for Chemin La Vie Mio. He works with 50 families and visits them every week, crossing the river in a carved-out log and walking for hours. The journey out of extreme poverty begins with some basic assets like goats and chickens, free healthcare, and a weekly stipend of 300 gourds, or about $7. Not enough to live on, but just enough to ease the desperate daily search for food. S will use the visit to check on the health of the animals, make sure the water filter is being used, and talk to the member about health and shelter. Zetran Joseph has been looking after her grandchildren since their parents died a few years ago. She used to beg for food in the local town to feed them. She wants them to go to school, but it's hard to think about tomorrow when it rained last night.
When it rains right in the house, and I sleep right in the mud. And there's nobody else to help.
The next day we crossed the river further up. Many of the women are so poor when they start the program that they've never actually handled bills or notes. So learning to manage small amounts of money is a key part of their journey to self-sufficiency. Saving, and later borrowing, will help them in their income-generating activities as they build their small businesses. Elmina Bousquet was forced to give up 2 of her 9 children to servitude in Port-au-Prince a year ago because she couldn't afford to feed them. Now she's 3 months into the program, and the 2 girls, aged 12 and 13, have just returned home. And Elmina is confident that she'll be able to support them. She's just sold her first goats and bought a pony. Now she's learning to write her name.
I would like to learn to read and write, because if you don't learn to read and write, you're nothing.
Friday is market day in Boucan-Carré. Merline Thomas graduated from Chemin La Vie Mio just 9 months ago, and already things are changing. Merline is finding the pathway to a better life for her family by growing and trading vegetables. And now she's making her first repayment on a microfinance loan, looking forward to building her business and her family's future.
I want to advance, to continue, to come to my meetings regularly, to pay on time, to keep my promises, to move forward and not backwards.
When they're ready to graduate, they always say they want to thank Foncosé, they want to thank Gautier, they want to thank me for all that we've done. And I always say to them, you are the ones who had the courage to make this leap, to change your life this way. And that's a very, very difficult thing to do. So you need to be congratulating yourselves because it takes an incredible amount of courage. And that's, I think, what sustains me, is to see how much they want it and how much they're willing to invest in getting it.